Welcome to Week 10 of Barrington Sports Monday Night Hockey. I'm Simon Mason. On tonight's episode we have highlights as Reading hosted both East Grinstead men's and women's sides, as well as the best of the action from Brooklands Manchester University's visit to Wimbledon. The first of our two matches from Sonning Lane sees two sides with contrasting recent form. Having failed to win for the first 7 matches of the season, Reading have now won their last 2, whilst East Grinstead had a great start to the season but have now lost their last 4. To see if the recent form continues, let's join our match commentator Charlie Brougham.
Penalty corner for East Grinstead, and Ellis makes the save, but the follow-up is in. Pippa Chapman gives the visitors the lead after only 4 minutes. The penalty corner hit goalward. Ellis makes the stick save, but Chapman the quicker to react. Penalty corner for Reading. It's Kate Richardson-Walsh. And Kate Richardson-Walsh levels it up after 11 minutes. Slides it down the keeper's left-hand side. Clean slap from the top of the circle. Oh, and that's gone right through Alice Pyrgos's legs. Reading attacking down that right-hand flank, and a chance here. Blackwood is away. Blackwood's got support in front of her. This is Emma Scriven. Emma Scriven driving to the line. The keeper makes a save. Blackwood follows up, and Reading have the lead. Georgie Blackwood makes it East Grinstead 1, Reading 2. Lovely drive from the Reading forward. Finds the supporting run in Emma Scriven. Now, Kirsty Mackay comes. She makes the save, but it rebounds into Blackwood's path, and Blackwood rifles it into the roof of the net. Penalty corner for Reading. It's Kate Richardson-Walsh once again, and it's the same result down the same side. East Grinstead 1, Reading 3 now. Richardson-Walsh with her second of the match, and she picks the same side, and it's exactly the same result. Not a good day for Pyrgos on the post. East Grinstead then, can they make inroads into this 3-1 deficit? That's a lovely turn by Sophie Bray. Bray doing really well. Sophie Bray into the circle, and she can't hit the target, but that's really good skill from Sophie Bray. This drag from left to right past Maz Downer. Gave herself plenty of space, but she rushed a shot and got underneath. Van der Kamp finds Bray. Bray being a real thorn in the side of Reading today. Bray heading towards the circle, finds Van der Kamp. Van der Kamp gets the shot goalward. It's loose, it's in. East Grinstead have one back. Zoe Burrell makes it Reading 3, East Grinstead 2. Bray with another wonderful piece of skill, this time on the right-hand side. Driving to the circle, finds Maud Van der Kamp, who gets the shot goalward. Now, did that come off the stick of Belinda Smith? Either way, it fell into the path of Burrell. Penalty corner for East Grinstead, and it's Van der Kamp. Good save from Ellis. The rebound, and somehow it's gone wide as it comes in. I thought Ellis makes the save, but she doesn't. It's actually off the deflector, the EG player, and then it's across the face of goal. East Grinstead again attacking through Ruth Gordon, who's done well, and she takes the free hit quickly. Back to Haynes. Haynes into the circle. Here is Chapman. Reading seem to have stopped, and Sarah Ellis is nutmegged, and East Grinstead are back on level terms, and there's still, 22 minutes to play in this one. 3-3. As the ball comes in here from Haynes, Reading, I think, feel, well, it looked from that angle that it has gone up into Pippa Chapman's leg. They stop. East Grinstead continue, and they're back on level terms. East Grinstead again on the attack, trying to get the go-ahead goal. Here's Pippa Chapman. Chapman feeds it out to that right-hand side. It's still there. Ellis is on the ground, and Ellis makes a fine save. Pippa Chapman feeds it out to that right-hand side. It's really in the danger area here. Ellis goes to ground and does well to make the secondary save. Pyrgos down that left-hand side to find A teammate who fires it in from S. Haynes, in fact. And here's an opportunity. And Hansford draws the save. It's Haynes' ball into the circle. Off the stick of Helen Richardson-Walsh. And the shot is well saved by Sarah Ellis. Forward from Hughes into Davis. Davis, little look up. That's it. These two can't be split. It's ended equal here. Reading 3, East Grinstead 3.
It was a game that we probably could have won and probably could have lost as well, so I think we're happy with the point at the end. We knew that coming EG would be an extremely tough opposition, but with the momentum we picked up after the last couple of games, we were coming in feeling confident. But yeah, I think a point was definitely a fair result. We had a tough start to the season and we had players coming in and it just made it a bit disjointed at the beginning, but now I think the last couple of games we've just picked up our flow and picked up our momentum and got our patterns working and just played together more, which has been really good. So yeah, it was definitely a massive improvement to get those 6 points over the last 2 games.
In the Saturday fixtures, Bowden Hightown lost out in a 5-goal thriller to Clifton, with a late Claire Thomas goal sealing it for the visitors. Surbiton continued their good form, winning away at Buckingham, and an early Amelia Andrew goal was enough for the University of Birmingham to defeat Leicester. The other Sunday match saw Canterbury and Holcombe play out a 1-1 draw, Susanna Townsend and Lee Marstorp with the goals. University of Birmingham maintained their 2-point lead at the top over Surbiton, whilst Clifton's win sees them jump into the 4th playoff spot. At the bottom, Buckingham remained in trouble with just 2 points. Wimbledon, fresh off their victory last week over Surbiton, played Brooklands Manchester University. With the GB men off to India for the World League finals, Wimbledon were missing as many as 6 players. However, this promised to be a keenly fought encounter, as Wimbledon will be looking for a victory to continue their title push, and Brooklands were desperate for points to try and claw their way up the table.
So Brooklands with the penalty corner. It's Ross Hall who plays it in. Here is Peter Flanagan, and it's been stopped on the line by James Jewell. But Sir Flanagan thought that one was close. Well done with that penalty corner, and it's James Jewell, and that is wide of the mark. And a very cool David Flanagan on the post for Brooklands. Watches it go past. Crossley to inject the ball. And there's a slip to Stephen Ray Hills, and it's in. Brooklands have the lead through Aidan Carras after half an hour. Wimbledon 0, Brooklands 1, as it slipped to Ray Hills. Just the deftest of touches, all unmarked. Jewell plays it forward, and a chance here for the home side. And here is Kinder, and Kinder hits the frame of the goal. Lovely ball in. And Johnny Kinder receiving it. Gives himself half a yard. Just can't beat Chris Scott and the frame. Here come Brooklands. This is Peter Flanagan. Flanagan gets the ball back, plays it up to Weir. Weir along the goal line. Weir plays it across. Ball bouncing around. Richard Slater off the bar. But Lewis Weir makes it 2-0. A well-worked goal from Brooklands. And as the ball is played into Lewis Weir, he tries to pull the ball back. It gets a little deflection. There is Richard Slater, plays it up onto the bar, but Weir the fastest to react. Ross Hall wins the free hit, and Stefan Evers has got to be careful, but Hall on the front foot. Hall, what a lovely ball that is from Hall to Perrin, and he can't quite find the finishing touch. What a ball that is from Hall, and Perrin almost does everything right. Free hits, and here is Peter Friend. Friend into Carras. Carras! 3-0 now, Brooklands lead. Aidan Carras with his second of the match. The Free hit taken quickly, and in the moment he's been marked by James Jewell Carriers just by the left-hand post. Jewell tries to get in front. Carriers uses his strength to keep the defender off and rifles it past the keeper. Oh, Brooklands enjoying themselves here now. Lovely little ball round the corner, and here goes Ross Hall. Hall once more on the reverse stick. Across it comes. Oh, and it's been missed by Stephen Ray Hills on the far post. Hall deep in that corner. Gets it on the reverse stick. It comes across. Takes a little deflection. And Ray Halls can't put it on target. Penalty corner for Brooklands. Slipped to Peter Flanagan. Flanagan scores! And Brooklands have a 4-0 lead now. Peter Flanagan, in sight of the final whistle, gives Brooklands, well, the cherry on top of the icing, on top of a very delicious cake from their point of view. What a performance by Brooklands. Winners on the road at East Grinstead last weekend. They've won at Wimbledon this weekend. Final score, Wimbledon 0, Brooklands MU 4.
Well, obviously the game finished 4-0, so from that respect it looks like it's quite a one-sided game, but that's not the true story, was it? I think sort of first 10 minutes we got ourselves into it, but to be honest it's fairly even Stevens going into the first half, half-time, and even though we got ourselves a goal up, I think it was still sort of a 50-50 game to both sides. We're just looking to compete and stay. The ultimate aim is next season to be competing again in the Premier League, and we just want to go out there week in, week out and try and compete as best we can. We've started to put like a good little run of games together. Looking back, we got a decent result at home to Canterbury, and since then we've managed to accumulate quite a few points and we're on quite a good roll, and we feel we can compete with most sides in this division. So going forward, obviously it's just, you know, the old cliche, just week in, week out, we're looking to compete and sort of contain and maintain, so I say, our Premier League status for next season.
Back to Sonning Lane now, as in-form Reading hosted struggling East Grinstead. Reading could climb to the top of the league with a victory. East Grinstead, on the other hand, missing a number of key players, would be looking for a repeat of their match earlier on in the season, which saw them run out 4-3 winners. Let's join Charlie Brougham to see how this one pans out.
Kirkham finds Tim Deakin. Deakin down that left-hand corner. Ball across from Faulkner, and it's gone all the way across the Reading circle. Simon Faulkner with the ball across, and at the far post is Sam Driver, and he can't find the finishing touch. Bowden has a little look to his right, then goes himself. Bowden into the 23. Bowden all the way down to the goal line. Now where's he going to go? Bowden in a cul-de-sac finds the ball back to Gittins, and Gittins scores! Lewis Gittins makes it Reading 0, East Grinstead 1. And the hard work done by Don Bowden. He got to the goal line, pulled it back. Gittins in acres of space, and he beats Alexander from just beyond the flick spot. Here comes the penalty corner. Seckel, and that has hit the leg of Richard Mantell. And it is a penalty stroke. It's actually Simon Faulkner with the drag flick off Alexander's stick. Simon Faulkner makes it Reading 0, East Grinstead 2 after 15 minutes in this one, beating Alexander away to his left-hand side from the spot. Really good start this from East Grinstead. Now, can they add to their 2 goals? And this ball is with Niall Stott. Stott on the reverse stick, finds the cross. And can you believe it? There's another ball across the Reading circle from this left-hand side that's beaten absolutely everybody. And this time I think it's Wes Jackson on the far post who can't apply the finishing touch. Penalty corner for Reading, and Richard Mantell pulls one back for the home side. 24 minutes gone, Reading 1, East Grinstead 2. But I think this must take a deflection off the number 1 runner, who is Tim Deakin. Indeed it does. Adam Seckel from the top of the circle. Oh my word, that is a flick of awesome power from Adam Seckel. Tommy Alexander beaten all ends up by the power behind Seckel's flick. Clark drops it out to Richard Mantell. Mantell with a lovely cutting ball to Newman. Newman's reverse stick, crossed come shot is turned in by Peter Kelly. And Reading are back in this one. They trail 2-3 now. Lovely ball from Richard Mantell. Newman gets the ball inside the circle. Then shot come cross, turned in at the far post by Kelly. Penalty corner, and it's Seckel. Seckel, good save by Alexander. The rebound is still loose and eventually turned in by Sam Driver. Rob Schilling had the first nibble of the rebound. Sam Driver the second, and he scores. Seckel away to Alexander's left, who makes the save. Here's Schilling. Schilling's goalward push is deflected by Jackson, and Driver scores the follow-up. Now trying to attack down this right-hand side, and can they find the cross? It's been topped, but it's been met at the near post. Good save, Smith, and it's a double save from Paddy Smith. The second from Jack Smart. The cross was topped, which makes it difficult, but well met at the near post, and two very good saves from Smith. Clark with the free hit to Mantell. Mantell plays it in. Jackson with the first touch. Smith with the first save. Smith with the second save. And that's brilliant keeping from Paddy Smith once more. This time from John Jackson. Mantell with the ball in. Here's the first touch. Sharp with the right kicker. Then one-handed from Jackson. And Smith there with the body. Penalty corner comes in. And Mantell draws another fine save from Paddy Smith. Smith this time up to his right hand side, gets both hands to it to push the ball away. Another penalty corner from Reading. Mantell, this time it's a slip, and that is a brilliant save from Paddy Smith from Tom Carson. The shift to the right hand Carson had a clear sight, but Smith equal to it. Here is Jackson. Jackson goes past Schilling. Jackson driving to the line. He's got Kirkham with him for company. Jackson still going. Jackson, first save from Smith and another save. And then it's cleared this time by Adam Seckel. Jackson almost doing it single-handedly. Goes past Kirkham along the goal line. And as he gets to Paddy Smith, he tries to get it on the reverse stick. Smith with another double save. Seckel this time getting it clear. Here is Newman. Newman well tackled. Reading still have possession. That is the final whistle, and it's another fine win by East Grinstead. The double over Reading this year. Final score: Reading 2, EG 4.
Great team performance. Worked hard. I probably shouldn't have parked the bus as early as we did, but yeah, it was a good performance. Worked hard, good passion, and we just showed that when we're a team that does the hard work in both these, that actually we can get the results. These points are massive. I mean, if you look at the season as it's gone so far, we probably let ourselves down in the first few games, and we were gutted after last week. Dropping points last week hit us quite hard, but to pick ourselves up through training this week and come out like we have, couldn't really ask for much more.
Mark Leghorn was the hero. He scored 5 penalty corner goals as Beeston overcame Cannock by 6 goals to 2. An Andrew Hayward hat-trick against his former side meant Surbiton defeated Hampstead and Westminster. Holcombe won away at Canterbury thanks to a brace from Ian Lewis and one from Robert Field. All this means that Holcombe continue to lead the table on goal difference over Surbiton. At the bottom, Canterbury still remain pointless, whilst 5 teams are separated by just 1 point above them. Join us next week for the last Barrington Sports Monday Night Hockey before Christmas. Subscribe now to make sure you don't miss out, and head over to galvanisehockey.com for much more content.